Ayurveda and Yoga Wisdom by Christie Smirl. In this section, we'll discuss Dhatus, the 7 tissues, the SAPTADHATUS. Vata, Pitta, and Kapha all work together to support the health of 7 tissues called the SAPTADHATUS. Sapta means 7. Dhatu means tissue. The 7 Dhatus are Rasa, RAKTA, MAMSA, MEDA, ASTHI, MAJJA, and SHUKRA. In English, they are plasma, blood, muscle, fat, bone, bone marrow, and reproductive system. The first is Rasa, plasma. Healthy plasma brings nourishment, ojas, zeal, contentment, vigor, and a nice voice. Plasma nourishes breast milk, the reproductive system, and menstrual blood. Rasa has kapha-like qualities, so it is flowing, cooling, moist, nourishing, and contenting. The waste product of plasma is kapha. The root of plasma is the heart. The second of the SAPTADHATUS is RAKTA, or blood. Healthy blood brings proper prana, oxygenation, ojas, beautiful complexion, perception, healthy fascia, good digestion, and ojas. Blood is hot and influenced by Pitta. Rakta gives rise to the blood vessels and fascia. And the waste product, or mala, of blood is Pitta. The root is the liver, spleen, and Ranjaka Pitta. The third of the 7 tissues, or dhatus, is MAMSA, muscle. Healthy muscles bring proper body covering, strength, endurance, a nourished epidermis. However, excessive MAMSA dhatu, too much muscle, causes tumors, lymph disease, and body muscle excess. Inadequate MAMSA tissue causes facial and gluteal emaciation, atrophy, pain in joints, and debility of the sense organs. The muscle tissue originates from tendons and the hypodermis. The fourth of the 7 dhatus is fat, MEDA. Healthy fat brings lubrication, suppleness, smoothness, and well-developed lymph vessels, tendons, and bone marrow. Too much fat tissue brings obesity, shortness of breath, enlarged spleen, weak bones, abnormal bone marrow, and reproductive disorders. The waste product of fat dhatu is sweat. The 5th structural tissue, or dhatu, is bone, ASTHI. Healthy bone arises from MAJJA, the bone marrow, for a strong skeletal frame, good teeth, hair, nails, and joints. And the mala, or byproduct of bone, is hair and nails. Number 6, marrow, or MAJJA. Healthy bone marrow nourishes the central nervous system. Excess bone marrow tissue causes a sense of heaviness, heavy eyes, or enlarged joints. Insufficient MAJJA, or bone marrow dhatu, causes osteoporosis, weakness, emaciation, and loss of ojas, vitality. The waste material from marrow is sebaceous gland and conjunctival eye secretions. The seventh dhatu, or tissue in Ayurveda, is SHUKRA, the reproductive tissues. Healthy SHUKRA nourishes the reproductive organs, brings strength, courage, attractiveness, enjoyment of life, inspiration, rejuvenation, fertility, a strong immune system, and ojas. Whereas excess depletion of the SHUKRA dhatu causes infertility, loss of libido, weakness, and a weak immune system. If there is excess SHUKRA dhatu, or reproductive tissue, nourishment, then it causes lust, seminal calculi, urethral pain, genital pelvic pain, or congestion. Each of the 7 tissues receives selective nourishment based on the strength and balance of preceding and proceeding tissue layers. In the Kale Kapota Nyaya, forgive any of my mispronunciations, this theory is known as the pigeon doctrine, where the biggest pigeon, or the biggest and largest tissue, gets the biggest share of nutrients. For example, if a person has accumulated too much fat dhatu, then the proceeding bone tissue may lack nutrients and vitality. The Kedara Kulya Nyaya states that when all factors are balanced, the tissues are nourished in linear order. First Rasa, lastly SHUKRA. In a third doctrine, Ayurveda describes how each perfected tissue gives rise to the next, like milk gives rise to curd, then butter. Naturally, this whole process relies on proper exercise, metabolism, and compatible nutrition, lifestyle, and mind control. When all 7 dhatus are functioning optimally, then vitality and strength will be experienced.